start with this last passage. We're going to start with fingering for this passage. I would recommend, in order to make it seamless, to work with 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5, 2, 5, 1. So right here is the secret. 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 2, 5, 1. Again. So that's the first thing, and that's going to make it a little bit more seamless and easier. Just like that, without the little mess up over there. In left hand, just 4, 3, 2. But the left hand also keeps your pulse, so make sure. And on that pulse, that's when the pedal goes in and then down, and then bring it up in order to clear the passage as you're playing through, in order for it not to be muddy. So the last thing for this passage is to play, of course, the right hand non-legato. Don't try to connect the notes. It's just going to muddy it up. So that's not going to work. Also, it's going to weigh it down as usual. If you think of any Leggiero passages, let's try Chopin's Prelude number 3, the G major one, right? Right here. You wouldn't connect it, right? You would just like that. Same for, let's do Liszt's, the little, really my favorite passage in Mephistopheles, right? Right here, right? So you wouldn't connect any of this, of these notes. So the same here. And that's it, and it disappears into the distance. You can use left pedal, although I rarely use the left pedal if that makes you feel just a little bit more comfortable, especially as you're practicing. But try to get away from the left pedal as much as possible. It mutes the piano, and it's deleting this beautiful piano sound. It makes it sound just a little bit more dull, right? And we don't want the piano to sound dull, do we? All right. That's first thing in this prelude. The second thing would be the middle part today. Let's work through that. The beautiful part, it's so beautiful. The secret here, of course, in its character, is its simplicity. If you can think of it as just a simple smile, right? So don't try to overdo it in terms of. It's very simply, just very simple. There's nothing complicated about it. It's just a simple, beautiful melody, a single melody, and that's exactly how you would phrase it, like a song. So you wouldn't do ba, 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 you would do just an echo. All of these are echoes. And all the tops, that's where you're. So don't do the whole chord. Do not emphasize the whole chord. It's going to be too heavy. So emphasize just the top, just like you would be singing it. And that's how you phrase all of Rachmaninoff's melodies. Don't try to think of them as anything different than a song. All right, all of the beautiful ones. So if you're in doubt, just sing it and you'll know exactly how to phrase it. Left hand in this middle part, right? Just the fingering, you can slow down on YouTube maybe and just do the fingering if you're having any struggles with making it seamless, right? That's the left hand. Let's go ahead and start right here with the little inner melody. I prefer to hear it a little bit more than the top melody, which we have heard already, and we are more interested in something new, right? This beautiful inner voice that comes in, especially when it climaxes right here. It's really hard to show it since so much is going on. So just try to hear it with your ears, and if you hear it somehow through some magic, the audience will hear it as well. Right here, let's just do the second part of the beautiful melody. that made sense. My left hand was, I think, a little bit too heavy over here in this middle part, but you get the point with the inner melody, hopefully. All right, and the last thing today in this prelude is all of these. It's just your wrist. That's all it does. Start it too fast, because over here, right, it's going to be too fast. So just start it restrained. That's when you sit down to play this, think restrained. And it's going to help you find the right tempo that's not too fast, in order for over here not to stress out over these, right? And don't forget, over here you've got, of course, octaves, right? But after that, Rachmaninov makes he makes it easier on you, right? So don't try to play all of these octaves. I've had a lot of, I've heard a lot of octaves over here. It's actually just a melody. And over here, the last thing today is the fingering for the octaves. Again, very easy. So, sorry for all of the messy notes, but I haven't practiced this one in a while, but it's so much fun to play. I'll come back to it. I've been replacing it recently with the Metner Fairy Tale in my program. This one. But now that I'm playing this G minor prelude, maybe I'll come back to it. So 4th fingers over here, and pulse. Get the point. Wow, hopefully these just tiny little tips and will help you practice and have fun, and hopefully this was helpful. Happy practicing.